Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Boy do I got a show for you today. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite all-times, one of my all-time favorites, and that's Donnie Iris. Okay, so for some of you folks who aren't from my neck of the woods, Western PA, you may not have ever heard of Donnie. But if you have, then you know what I'm talking about, okay? A little bit of history. Donnie was actually born right here in Newcastle, right here in my hometown. And then, like, immediately, like, right after he was born, he ends up, his family goes to Elwood City, okay? About 20 minutes, literally, from where I'm sitting right now. Donnie grew up there. He got into music at a real young age. His mother was a big band fan, so you know all of the big band sounds he was into. He eventually joined forms a group called the Jaggers, Jaggerz or something like that, right? And they had a song called "The Rapper," which gained a lot of notoriety and a lot of airplay. After the Jaggers breakup, he joins a band called Wild Cherry. You guys may have heard of Wild Cherry. They're the group that wrote this and played the song "Play That Funky Music." Play That Funky Music, White Boy, or something like that, right? Okay, Donnie was part of that band. That band breaks up, and he takes the keyboard player and I think the drummer with him and starts his own solo act, right? He becomes Donnie Iris. Well, Donnie Iris and the Cruisers. By this time, he's in Pittsburgh, and he signs to a indie record label. And one of the songs that's on that indie record label, which is one of the songs we're going to do today, was called Leah. It was getting a lot of airplay here in Western PA, Northern Ohio, into Michigan. MCA hears him and signs him like in a heartbeat, right? Like right away they sign him. And Donnie ends up making about 10 or 12 albums with him. In fact, one of the albums he wrote was one of the albums was titled Elwood City. Okay, Aaliyah becomes a pretty big hit. Now this and he goes on to some other songs: "Love Is Like a Rock," "Do You Compute," "Riding Thunder." Boy, there's just "Injured in the Name of Love." There's just a whole bunch of Donnie Iris songs that are just absolutely phenomenal. Whenever I was a kid, whenever I was going to college, right, I was going to YSU. Donnie was really big here in Western PA, okay, and he spent a lot of time down at the Strip in Pittsburgh, and there was just a great music scene down there, right? You had acts like Donnie, you had the Clarks, Joe Krashecki and the House Rockers, all these bands that we're gonna be talking about, because this is like the Western the PA series, right? You know, the Made in PA series that I'm doing because it's my home state. But Donnie and the Clarks, Joe Krashecki, all these guys you could find them down at like Nick's Fat City, or you know some of the other bars, basically bars down at the Strip District. And these guys were all really interesting. These guys were all really tight with Springsteen and the E Street Band. So even though it wasn't common, every so often, you know, you go to one of the bars down there and say Donnie was playing, and you know, you'd see Ronnie Van Zant walk up on stage and start playing a couple of tunes with him, or Nils Lofgren or somebody like that. Very rarely you'd actually see Springsteen, but he would show up from time to time. And it was just a great vibe in you know the mid to late 80s, early 90s in Pittsburgh. The scene there was just phenomenal, and Donnie was a part of that. So the what I'm going to do for you today, the song we're gonna talk about today, Aaliyah, but this was like 2 years ago, okay, in Youngstown, at an outdoor venue in Youngstown. Donnie spent a lot of time in Youngstown, especially whenever I was a kid. I was seeing him like twice a month. And what's great about it is whenever this thing was filmed, Donnie was 78 years old. Okay, so it was a couple of years ago. So this thing was recorded like 2 years ago. Donnie's 78, so you know he's 80 now. This guy still puts on one of the best shows you'll ever see. His voice is still strong. He can still scream better than almost anybody today. The live version of the song was changed a little bit. Okay, it starts off rather slow, and then eventually builds. So you're gonna have to give it some time, okay? The original recording keeps the same beat, the same tempo all the way through. The live version, a few years back, he changed it around a little bit, so you're starting to see a it's slow and it gradually builds and then it just goes into the song. But this thing is phenomenal. You guys are going to love this song. I promise you, you're going to. So again, Donnie Iris. He okay. So here we go. Donnie Iris or Donnie Iris and the Cruisers. Leah in Youngstown. It's actually 7/29/21, so it was this year. Okay, don't forget, Donnie's 78 years old. Okay, so I was off a little bit. I apologize, but just wait till you guys see this. This is phenomenal.
Leah, it's been a long, long time. You're such a sight. You're looking better than a body has a right to. Don't you know we're playing with a fire? We can't stop this burning desire.
Like I said, it does start off kind of slow. It's intentional. He does it intentionally. Don't forget, if you're looking at the time, this thing's 9 minutes long. Okay? It's sort of the end of his show, right? It's kind of like the big ending or the second big ending. But just, I promise you, just give it a second. Give it a couple minutes. Wait till this thing starts kicking in. You guys are going to love this.
We're just asking for trouble. I can touch you, but I don't know how to love you. It ain't no use, we're headed for disaster. My mind said no, but our hearts were talking faster.
There you go. It's going to start building.
I see your lips and I wonder who's been kissing them. I never knew how badly I was missing them. We both know we're never gonna make it, but when we touch, we never have to fake it.
Here's where it starts to build. Slow build. It's worth it. all I can tell you is, you know, I hope whenever I get older, I hope whenever I get that old, I have that much energy. I have that much control. I have that much everything, because don't forget, that's 78 years old. Donnie's been around forever. You know, I mean, I was 18 the first time I heard him, and I'm 56 now, and he's still going. I'm sorry, I'm 53 now, and he's still going. He's still doing it. Absolutely phenomenal. Cannot believe how much he's able to do with. I mean, like I said, the guy's old, you know, and he's still knocking it out. Anyhow, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you never heard Donnie before, you're really missing something. You really should listen to something that he's doing. Jump on YouTube, see some of his videos. Get on Spotify or you know, Apple Music or whatever you listen to. He's there. If you like what you see, like what you heard, please, you know, hit that like button, subscribe. Really hoping to get a community going here. And if you have any suggestions, somebody you want to see, any suggestions about the channel, put them in the comments below. I read every single one of them. I comment as much as I can. Those of you who've already subscribed, thank you so very much. And you guys know I do respond. I really appreciate everybody's feedback. I appreciate everybody's eyeballs. And you know what? We'll see you next time. Okay, we'll see you. Bye bye.